WVTT is the news station that brings you news and information that you can depend on. We are first, fast, and accurate, bringing you the only local television news in the Twin Tiers. WVTT, depend on it.
We could possibly even be seeing some snow showers during the overnight hours tonight, Alexa.
Well, I hope so because I'm sick of this rain.
There you go. WVTT's first look at weather. In the lower areas, rain, but in the higher elevations, maybe some snow showers during the overnight hours. That means temperatures in the city right at or just above freezing, in the higher elevations just below freezing. And a look ahead, definitely some snow for Friday. Details coming up here on WVTT.
Now, WVTT.
Global News Update.
The long and painful healing process just beginning in Newtown, Connecticut.
Attention, attention.
Your only choice for breaking news. The WVTT News Center is always on watch. On the voice of the Twin Tiers, WVTT.
WVTT's exclusive team coverage begins with a focus on the victims and the community that's come together to mourn.
Just a tragic situation for the teachers, the principals, and those angels. That's all I keep thinking about is those angels.
I mean, when things happen to your children and to other people's children, I mean, I can't look at my children's faces now without seeing the faces of every one of their schoolmates.
Newtown, Connecticut will face many more funerals over the next few days as Christmas approaches. Also, students other than those who attend Sandy Hook Elementary returned to class this morning. Reporter Natasha Lance has more as a community rocked by tragedy tries to find some normalcy.
The first funerals were held Monday for victims of Friday's shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary. The two 6-year-olds, Jack Pinto and Noah Posner, were laid to rest. Those who attended Noah's funeral say his mother's words about her beloved little boy were poignant.
He was a very good boy, and when she told him, "I love you," his answer was, "Not as much as I love you." And that's his constant answer to his mother.
That there was not a dry eye when the mother spoke. There's tremendous passion, tremendous feeling, and I think everyone was touched.
Family and friends also remembered little Jack Pinto, a budding wrestler. Many of Jack's friends arrived at his funeral wearing Newtown wrestling sweatshirts. He was an avid New York Giants fan. In fact, he was buried in a Giants jersey.
Newtown is forever changed. And Luke came today as a teammate, because that's who we are. That's who Newtown is, right? We're here for the Pintos.
Most Newtown students will return to school this morning. Students of Sandy Hook Elementary will not. Trucks filled with Sandy Hook materials headed to a neighboring town to reopen in a former middle school.
That's the students' materials, the backpacks that they left. When the children come in, whenever the school is started, they walk into a classroom that looks as close as possible as their classroom that they left.
There's been no official date set on when Sandy Hook will start again. I'm Natisha Lance reporting.
Other news now. South Koreans go to the polls tomorrow to choose a new leader. Their choices: the daughter of a despot or a president's chief of staff. As Paula Hancock reports, the main presidential candidates are far better known for their pasts than for what they're doing now.
The daughter of a brutal dictator or the child of South Korea's economic savior. How Koreans see Park Geun-hye really depends on how they view her father. Park Geun-hye seized power in a military coup in 1961. He changed the constitution to cement power and crack down on dissent and opposition. He's accused of human rights abuses. But supporters point to his role in rebuilding the country from the ashes of the Korean War, transforming the economy and sparking growth. After months of trying to defend her father's actions, Park finally apologised in September for those hurt by his dictatorial rule. I understand that the end does not justify the means, she said, and this should be a lasting value for democracy. Politics shaped Park as she spent her formative years in the Blue House. It also destroyed her family. Her mother was assassinated in 1974, killed by a botched North Korean attempt to kill Park Geun-hye. Park then assumed the role of First Lady until her father was assassinated by his security chief in 1979. Some experts say she is struggling to emerge from her father's shadow.
It's a big question whether she wants it and whether she can afford it. Because for most people who are supporting her, she is above all daughter of her father.
Park herself was attacked during an election rally 6 years ago. She has a scar on her lower right cheek, which a recent campaign advertisement plays on. She talks of wanting to heal the scars of the people. Park never married and has no children, considered unusual in such a traditional society. But polls show her in a good position to become South Korea's first female president. One man stands in her way. Liberal candidate Moon Jae-in, chief of staff for the late president Roh Moo-hyun. Stepping into the spotlight, Moon used to be a human rights activist. In fact, he was in prison during the 1970s for protesting against the regime of Park's father. A former Special Forces commando and a black belt in judo, he's selling himself as the down-to-earth choice.
Both candidates are highlighting the negative aspects of their rivals' past while focusing on the positives of their own. And both are hoping that the ghosts of presidents past will help propel them to the Blue House. Paula Hancock's CNN Seoul.
Wall Street says the fiscal cliff is not going to be a problem, and that led to an up day. Let's take a look at Wall Street Wrap-Up. It's brought to you by News Radio 96.7 WVTT. The Dow ended up 116 points, closing at 13,151. Make that 13,351. NASDAQ up 44 points to close at 3054. And the S&P 500 up 16 and a fraction to close at 1447. Coming up here on WVTT, we'll take a look at sports. Also, our community calendar is coming up, and the WVTT Severe Weather Action Team forecast meteorologist Jim Rinaldi calling for some snow in the forecast. We've got details on the way next.